Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is about to go crazy tomorrow and why you should keep it on your watch list. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of this morning's pre-market analysis video, right after the intro. All right, y'all. Again, before we begin, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in. Let's begin right off the bat. The market right now is pretty much staying in that zone. I told y'all this morning, watch for a potential dip in this region. All right, and I did say that we were going to see a move towards the 38 and the 39.80. It's not quite there yet, and right now it's struggling to get there. All right. And my outlook on the overall market at this point in time, I think it's going to struggle. I do think it's going to struggle. I'm not too confident about any influx of money coming in anytime soon. I think this consolidation is going to last for quite a bit more time before we see any move to the upside over here. I think we might just play over here for a round or for a while first. All right. So just be very, very patient, and I will follow up on the market in tomorrow morning. Now, the stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow, that stock is Walmart. And Walmart is actually showing a very, very clean, let me change this, WMT. All right. And Walmart right now is actually showing a very, very clean pattern, which is on the 1 hour time frame. All right. And that pattern is right here. A very clean ascending triangle that broke out actually on Friday, and it really got out this morning, and it held, and it's going strong. All right. So again, for all of you who have been subscribing to the channel, this is a very lucrative opportunity. We have seen this before, and when it works, it's very, very nice. Keep this one in your watches for long, all the way up to, like, I think you can make it to 145, maybe 140. Between 140 and 145, I think you can make it there. All right. So I'm not bearish on Walmart at all. This entire sector have been doing quite well within the last 2 to 3 weeks. If you take a look at Costco as well, Costco have been very, very, very bullish. All right. This entire move, which I wanted to happen over here, right? But instead it just dragged its feet and then went away. So it's doing what I wanted, just very, very late. And it's very aggravating when that happens. But then again, there was some clues on here to lead to this push. As you can see, there's a flag followed by the run. And right now, again, for all of you who are holding this thing, is getting quite extended, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a minor pullback. All right, minor, not major, just minor pullback. But Walmart right now is actually looking pretty good. It's looking very good, right? So if there is a dip around 135, then that will be wonderful for an entry for the continuation to the upside. I'm not bearish on this play. I've been watching this play for a while, and now is a great time to share this thing. So keep this one on your watch list as well. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. For those of y'all who dropped those in the comment section of this morning's video, the first one is VUZI, or VUZI, VUZI. Yeah. And this stock right here, VUZI Corporation, has been doing quite well for quite some time. All right. And I'm pretty sure, I think ARK bought this thing, or are buying the dips on this thing. So ARK is heavily like buying this thing every single Friday. There's every single time I look over here, there's some like section where they list a bunch of stocks. All right. But apparently, this stock decided to have a secondary offering. And from that offering, the stock kind of dropped a little bit. Will this thing continue to the downside? Is this thing good for a dip buy? Should you buy this thing? Should you wait on the sidelines? These are multiple questions that you should consider. And personally, I am on the sidelines. I'm not involved in this thing at all. All right, but the way it looks, it just seems like short sellers might win on this one. It looks like short sellers might actually drag this down all the way down to like 15 bucks before we see some type of rebound again. All right, so if you're shorting this, if you've been shorting this since these highs at around 27 or $25, I would cover over here at like 17, maybe even 16 bucks, somewhere over here, right, for some solid gains before we see a potential bounce. I'm not bullish on this one, and I wouldn't tell anybody to dip buy this thing right here. All right, it's just not, again, like I always say, I'm very, very picky with my dip buys. I want it to be real low, right over here, all right, before I consider buying this thing. So that is my very honest opinion for this stock, for the person who asked about it. Now, before we continue on to the other stuff that y'all asked, let's talk about what happened this morning. Facebook. Facebook is the only one that actually performed well from this morning's pre-market analysis video, right? It kind of made it even obvious over here with this flag that broke out. Some good opportunities for a day trade. Could this thing go higher? I do think so. It's moving in an opposite. I feel like it's not gonna be dragged down if there is a pullback in the market. All right, it's looking pretty good right now. It has some strength, and I do think we can retest these previous highs at around 298 very, very soon before we experience some turbulence. The other one was Square. Square was very, very, very disappointing. I didn't like that one too much. And the one thing that was very, very detrimental to the growth of the stock is that green to red move right there. Like, that red move is the part where everybody who bought the dip here or who got in this candle, this is where everybody just cut their losses and get out, because this is almost always inevitable, almost always, and it's very, very aggravating for all the longs. But as of right now, it's at this very dangerous level, this level right here, which I did plot, and I think it was this morning that I plotted it. If that breaks, brace yourselves. If that level breaks and we go red and it drops below to 100, I think it can go all the way down to 180 bucks, maybe even 170 bucks very, very soon. So be very, very careful on this thing. I didn't like the way it turned out in the beginning. This right here pissed me off a lot. I did not like that nasty green to red move, and that happened also to Riot. Riot did the same exact thing. Very, very aggravating. Same move, all right? And then this right here was that was the deal breaker for me. This move. It tried to make it back. Again, I told y'all this morning that we could see a bounce at 50, and then for this thing to go all the way over here towards 55. It tried once, it tried twice, and it just couldn't do it, and it faded. All right. So unfortunately, it can happen. These things do happen in the market. That's why I always say y'all to manage your risk accordingly, and most importantly, pay attention to what is going on in the fronts of you. All right. Now, the other stock that I wanted to follow up on in this video was Crowdstrike. And Crowdstrike right now, I warned y'all this morning. I warned you about this one, about how it's looking very, very good for short sellers, right? Short sellers are still shorting, and short sellers, I don't think they're going to cover until we get down here. This is where dip buyers will want to step in heavy. 160, maybe even slightly lower than 160. All right, that is where I would personally love to buy Crowdstrike. That is where I wouldn't mind going in for that dip buy. I'm just very, very picky right now because that play is too clean for shorts to be continuously shorting this thing to the downside. All right, so that's my opinions about this one is staying the same. Someone asked about JMIA and what is going on with JMIA, and JMIA is not doing well, people. Like, it's really, really not. If this level breaks, if this level gives out, it's probably gonna go down to like $26, maybe even $25 very, very soon. The situation doesn't look good. All right, the volume sucks. This volume is just terrible, and it's not looking strong. Long-term investors, be very, very patient. Again, if I make this thing like wider, you can see that there's the neckline right there. that is literally like so vulnerable. It's so vulnerable. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing tank all the way down. I really would not. All right. So if you are a long-term investor in JMIA, if you're trying to get a good entry on JMIA, I will just tell you to just chill and just let's let this thing just consolidate for a bit. Let dust settle before you start accumulating in. If you don't really care and you want a dollar cost average starting today, it is down by like over 50%. Not a good price to start buying in. Again, for those of you who are trading stocks and are holding for like 3 to 5 years, and that's your thing, right? You can do that. I'm not doing that. Um, I'm very picky. I want this thing to drop ferociously and then trade sideways. So that is my thoughts on Jumia for the person who asked about it. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these post-market analysis videos, which are released from every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull. Use my very first link in the description below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, all right? In regards to WM, Waste Management, and MMM, the stocks on steroids, I took some money today. I did. They're looking like they may pull back. So if you didn't pay yourself, you should consider doing so in the near future. All right. They did very well. So consider paying yourself. Enjoy the outro.